Back then, I remember he tells a story of trying the first batch of tobacco that he used for his first cigar back then. So yeah, highly recommended, and hope you enjoy the leathery, cocoa-y, beautiful, complex flavors of this beautiful 15th anniversary by Casa Carrillo.
All right, guys, I'm here with Ken with Casa Carrillo. They are the rebranding. Ken is going to tell us a little bit about that, but also very exciting about the new cigars that they're launching here in the UK.
Yes.
So, Ken, nice to have you here, man.
Lovely seeing you.
Your cigars
As always.
are amazing.
Thank you so much.
Great friend of me personally and the channel. You're going to see a bit more of him around. Tell us a bit about you, Ken.
So my name is Ken. As Lizardo said, I represent Casa Carrillo around the world. I'm really excited to be here with two of our most special cigars released this year. Two limited production cigars are going to hit the market in the UK within the next couple of weeks/month or so. First, this is the 15th anniversary. We're celebrating 15 years after the launch of our factory in the Dominican Republic in 2009. And this special blend that is the Andour, which is the Cameroon wrapper. So these two are the new additions to the portfolio. In the case of the Andour, this is Nicaragua on the filler and the binder, and the wrapper is the true Merafel Cameroon. So the two families, the Merafel family and the Carrillo family, came together to showcase a little bit of what they know to do best, which is making amazing cigars and dealing with amazing tobacco. In this case, the flavors are very intricate, very exotic Cameroon wrapper, touch of sweetness. It burns beautifully, as you might know. It's a very tricky wrapper to deal with, quite thin, nice and oily, and we're really happy with the result. And we called it Andour because, as you can imagine, after many years of legacy with the family, the Merafel family, and also with the Carrillo family, I think it takes a lot to endure across the years, to carry that family heritage and legacy, and to build amazing cigars. So to both families, salud. Now, the 15th anniversary is a beautiful blend.
One second. So when is that one going to come out? Do you know? Is it already launched? Are they both out?
They're both out, and they will be within the next 2 months be in the market in a very short amount, sadly, but it will be around. It will be around.
And for those that don't know, Merafel, you mentioned.
Yes.
Explain a little bit what you mean by Merafel. Who are they? Because maybe they don't know.
So Merafel is a family that are German by origin, if I'm not mistaken. They are the custodians of the Cameroon tobacco in Africa, in Cameroon. They've been in the business since 1884, so many generations of the family, and they're specialized in Cameroon and known around the world for their tobacco. They also produce their own cigars, fantastic cigars as well, and we're very privileged to use the real deal, the Cameroon wrapper from the Cameroon origin, to produce these cigars in conjunction.
Yeah, so it is. That's why he mentioned, and that's why it's so special, because it's not just he was just naming some random company. There is a lot of legacy and a lot of hard work that this family has.
There's a lot of sweat and tears behind these smokes.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So now tell us about the new one.
So this baby is our 15th anniversary, as I mentioned. In 2009, Ernesto Perez Carrillo decided to launch his factory in the Dominican Republic in Santiago. And back then, I remember he tells a story of trying the first batch of tobacco that he used for his first cigar back then. And there was a portion of that batch that he found very interesting, and he put it away, he put it aside in order to do something special in the future. Well, that future has come, and this is it. It's the 15th anniversary cigar. The wrapper is a San Andres wrapper, Mexico. Okay. It's been aged for 10 years on the wrapper, but the binder is a binder from Jalapa, Nicaragua. Touch of sweetness, great combustion, and that's been aged for 15 years. Then once you go into the core of this cigar, the filler, it's a combination of around 7 cigars, aged between 5 and 7 years, and you can find there a bit of ligero for a bit of touch of strength. You can find Condego Viso, you can find Criollo 98. It's a combination of many cigars, or many tobaccos, I should say, from the Dominican Republic and Nicaragua, which provide a very complex and intricate smoking experience. This is very mild, I would say medium on the strength, but extremely generous on the flavor and complexity. So brace yourself for a lovely, as I call it, 2-hour vacation smoking this beautiful cigar. cigar, which I also recommend cutting once you get it on a diagonal fashion, like the famous Cuban cut, in order to have a nice draw and preserve the shape of the cigar. This is a Gran Toro format, so it's a 6.5 by 54. So yeah, highly recommended, and hope you enjoy the leathery, cocoa-y, beautiful, complex flavors of this beautiful 15th anniversary by Casa Carrillo.
Right. So the name is 15th anniversary, yeah? 15th anniversary.
15 anniversario.
15th anniversary, yeah?
Yeah.
So when you guys ask for it in the shop, or we might list it in Toro Puro, search for 15th anniversary.
Yes.
Ken, I haven't smoked the cigar. If you could pair it with something, because obviously
Yes.
people would like to maybe sometimes try the cigars, a special cigar, what would you pair it with?
So, because of the amount of flavor you have here, you can have fun with many categories. You can go all the way from your whiskeys and rum, wine, hot chocolate. I think two of the pairings that I've done personally that I absolutely love is a proper cup of hot chocolate, Belgian chocolate, slightly bitter, I don't know, 70-ish%.
Okay.
I think goes fantastically. The touch of sweetness of the cigar will balance out the chocolate by all means. The age of the tobacco provides a bit of creaminess, and there's no peaks on these tobaccos. It's very mellow across the board.
Okay.
So I guess the creaminess of hot chocolate, especially with whole milk, would be fantastic if you can do that. I'm a wine drinker myself. I love my wine.
Okay, that's
so
good.
in terms of wine, I would say find something rich, something a bit aged, something red, and hopefully one of the noble grapes. Don't go too crazy with rare grapes. So anything between Syrah, Cabernet, Merlot with some age, 10 years or more, from one of the known regions like France or Italy will do the trick. Think about Super Tuscans, or think about Bordeaux, left bank or right bank will do the trick. Hopefully with some age, because with age you get to kill a little bit of the acidity, so the fruit becomes a bit more mellow and a bit more approachable, less crunchy, less vibrant. So I think that will pair fantastically with the cigar, and hopefully you can experiment and tell me what you discover with your experience.
Leave it in the comments.
Salud.
Also, obviously, you mentioned it's a 15th anniversary,
Yes.
and it has a lot of two 15-year-old
10 and 15.
10 and 15.
Yes.
Explain a little bit, what does aging on that tobacco will bring, or why is it special? I mean,
Yes.
is it an anniversary cigar? I know,
Yes.
obviously, the tobacco having age will make it special, but
Yes.
if you can explain why and why they
Yes.
decided to do it on this blend.
Absolutely. Cigar making takes a lot of patience, so and I think patience will always reward you, because in terms of tobacco, for example, when you take a tobacco leaf directly from the plant, the tobacco leaf is 80% water and 20% natural chemicals. When you take that leaf off the plant and you start the process, then it goes into the opposite. It's 80% chemicals and flavors and anthocyans and tannins and things, components that live inside the leaf, and just 20% water. And you need that for the malleability and to be able to manage the tobacco. So the more you age the tobacco, depending on which tobacco we're talking, all those flavors are going to evolve, become way more complex, become less obvious, more nuanced, so it will balance out the tobacco. And if preserved in great conditions, it will preserve the oils and the resins of the tobacco, which also add to that not only flavor and aromatic potential of the tobacco, but also to the longevity. So there's only good things that can happen when you age properly tobacco. So I think that would be the best thing to discover. And when you release a cigar that's been aging for 5, 7, 10, 15 years, you feel how the cigar becomes way more interesting to the palate, and I hope that's what you discover when you smoke the 15th anniversary.
Of course, we're talking about aging the tobacco, yeah? What about, because obviously the tobacco has all of this age and stuff, what about if you buy it and then you want to age
The cigar. You could, absolutely.
Is there any benefits to
You
it,
could.
or is already like at its best point?
There are benefits. The thing is, it will be way slower than aging the tobacco. When you age tobacco, things happen more rapidly, especially because of the high temperatures and the humidity levels, etc. Now, when the cigar is already produced, yes, there will be some aging that could happen. There you have to have a lot of patience, because you need to have proper conditions in your humidor. And I remember back in Cuba, in Varadero, I met some cigar lovers there, Cuban lovers, that had this whole cabinet full of cigars, of course without the cellophane, completely naked. Some of them mostly without the ring. and they would pour this little ounces of rum or whiskey or
Okay.
cognac within the drawers of the cabinet.
Okay.
And because the cigar is extremely hydroponic, like it absorbs everything around it, with time it will impregnate the cigar with the beauty of flavors and aromas of those drinks. Especially because if you think about it, alcohol is very volatile, so it especially in a warm weather like Cuba, the Dominican Republic, it will evaporate quite quickly, 6 to 8% every year, depending on temperature and humidity. And the sugars will stay in the container and will stay around the cigar for a long time until you have some sort of a maple syrupy type of substance, and the cigar will absorb some of that. So that's one way to do it, I guess. But yeah, it's a slow process. It makes sense. It takes time. But I don't know. I think if you have the patience to do it, go for it. If not, if you're like me, just buy aged cigars and just eat them and just smoke them.
But what I'm trying to say is like it has a lot of age, and I think it's ready to
Yeah.
be smoked.
Yeah, it's
Enjoy
ready.
it as it is.
100%.
Yeah, if you want to keep a couple in your humidor and stuff, fine. But it
By
already
all
has a
means.
lot of aging compared to a lot of other cigars out there, and I think it is the right moment to smoke them.
Absolutely. So crack on and enjoy.
Let me know what you guys think, if you're going to try it, if you've tried it already by the time you see this video. And I'll leave Ken's details below. You can always
Thank you so much.
follow
Salud.
him and stuff.
Ciao, ciao.
Ken,
Cheers, hermano.
thank you very much, my brother.
Un placer, like always.
Placer.
Cheers.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.